upon the perfection of generosity and the perfection of morality. So this, and we have left 4 of them. So when we discuss on the perfection of generosity, and it's very important for one's practice or this dharmic journey, and also the morality or the perfection of morality. This is also very important. By doing these two, then we gain very good practice or very good journey towards the Dharma. But so by doing these two, then we develop our the level of our practice up and up. So once we don't have the patient, so today we are discussing on the perfection of patience and the perfection of diligence, these two. So we will first discuss on the perfection of patient, please. Next page. Oh. So as I said, the perfection of generosity and the perfection of morality is very important. But once we are lacked of the patient, we are not impatient. Instead of patient, we are angry or become angry towards anything, then in the past time we have give whatever to others. We share so many things, we cultivate, we merit, accumulate merit, and we practice morality very genuinely. Also we we have those merits, the accumulation of merit and wisdom, so many we have. But once we lose our temper, once we are angry towards anything, without tolerating, then at the moment we are angry, the all we accumulated the merits all gone very instantly. So that's why the passion is very, very important to one's path of the dharmic path. So that's why passion, the perfection of passion is very important. We must know about passion, and we must practice the passion. Without this passion, the practice of passions, then we will not develop our practice. So that's why the passion is very important. Okay. So in the 37 practices of bodhisattva, the word is this. The practice of all bodhisattva is to cultivate patience, free from any trace of animosity towards anyone at all. Since any potential source of harm is like a priceless treasure to the bodhisattva who is eager to enjoy the wealth of virtue. So by thinking, the defects of anger, then we have to practice patience. Once we angry towards anyone or any act, anything, then our the former lifetime, from the beginningless time, we have achieved so many merits within us. But the moment we are angry, then it all goes. So that's why it is said that there's nothing difficult more than be patient. It's like that. There's nothing more the words more, nothing worse than becoming angry. So these two are, one is very difficult, but actually, if you are a practitioner, then the most difficult practice is to practice patient. So once you become, you can practice patient fluently, very easily, then it means you are practicing very well, because practicing patient is very, very difficult. So when we discuss on this, mm, any potential source of harm is like a priceless treasure. So first we have to know the what is the patient. Patient is, to unperturbed by any situation. Whenever the bad negative situations come, then in the middle of that negative situation, and still you are not disturbed by anything, you can sit as you are before. That is the patient, not get disturbed by anything, and now that this is the number one patient. And there is another number two patient. The patience, which is ability to accept all sufferings. This is number one. Number two, and the thirdly, the patient which can tolerate when we hear about the ultimate truth of the phenomena, like emptiness, all those things. Sometimes we cannot bear this situation, this thing, the emptiness. When we hear about emptiness, we are not able to accept that things. The ultimate truth of the nature. So this is also one patient. So it's going up and up. The first one is uh, to to become patient with when something is harming us, something saying bad towards us, and all the the surrounding are chaos. All those things are bad coming towards us. Saying bad words, or harming us, or beating us, whatever the bad things come towards us. And still, if we can stay without moving, uh, without any giving any response, any, okay, then this is number one, the patient. So this is very important in all kind of activity. So how to become calm in that negative situation? So when somebody say us bad words, what do we do? Immediately we become angry and we show our anger, our all those things. If somebody is doing bad thing, then we immediately we say this, that. So these kind of things are, we are not applying the patient. So when these come, then how we tolerate such things, if somebody slap us, or if somebody say the worst things towards us, then how do we tolerate? So we have to know there are so many ways to accept those challenges. But number one, when something bad happened to us from somebody, then we have to know why that person is doing me like this. Is that his or her wrong? Is that person's wrong? No, that person has no. That person is doing such thing out of their third poisons, out of anger, out of attachment or out of ignorance. So they don't have power to control their, the activities, whatever they do, their appearance. So they are not bad, but they are doing this because of their ignorance. So that's why the person who do bad things to us is not, the person is not bad. The bad one is the ignorance and the attachment, the anger, the three poisons inside that person. That is the problem. The person himself or herself is not problem. So if we know the nature of that that thing, then we can patient in this way. And secondly, we are deserve to be such harmful, because anything, whatever thing uh, happens towards us, it is because of our previous karmic result. This is our result. Whatever the harm is now I'm undergoing with, this is the result of my previous life's karma. So that's why I am, deserve to be harmed, because I have done such thing in my previous life. Without cause, nothing can happen. So this is happening towards us, it means I have done something wrong in my previous life, or whatever, without knowing or unknowingly. So that's why this thing is coming to me. So that's why I can tolerate, practice patient. So this is second way to practice patient. And thirdly, if some person is really doing bad thing towards us, and after that, and I also respond that in the same way, then there's no difference. Me and that, we are same. The person who who is harming me, and I'm also harming back. Then that person and ourselves, we are not different, same. We are going back, wrong direction from the dharmic practice. So by thinking such, oh, I am a practitioner, I am a Buddhist. So that's why I should little bit different from that kind of person. Somebody is doing out of ignorance, out of anger, doing such towards us, then we have to know, oh, that person is doing because of that and that, whatever they are, because whatever the cause is there, but we know, oh, I know the situation, so that's why I can do this in different way. So we are different from that person. So that's why if we don't differ from that person, then we are same, practitioner or not practitioner, same. So that's why if we think this thing, then little bit easy to patient. So in this way, we uh, as a practitioner, never move, never lose our temper in the middle of negative situations, whatever the negative situation, because we know the truth of what is the reality of the truth, the negative situations. All those negative situations is because of three poisons. Myself, sometimes it happens because of my three poisons. Sometimes it happens to me because of their three poisons. And sometimes this is because of the karmic connection. So that's, if we know this very clearly, then it is easy to cultivate patience. So this is number one. And secondly, okay, there's another thing I have to mention. I have to say you know when without practicing patient, we don't have the perfect six perfections. If we don't practice patience, there is not enough number in six perfection. Without having six perfection, we will never get enlightenment. So to get enlightenment, we must practice six perfection. So to have six perfection, we have to practice patience now. So if there is nobody is harming us, nobody is giving, making us trouble, putting us trouble, we don't have cultivate to patient. We don't have nothing. We have nothing to patient with. So that's why the person who is harming us, who is giving us trouble, and they are very kind. Because of them, we practice patient. Because of them, we may get enlightenment. So that's why anything happens towards us, all sentient beings, they are our mothers, but because of their ignorance or their hatred, they are doing such thing, even though they are very kind, because of them, because of that situation, what they create towards us, then we practice patience. So we will we get a chance to practice patience. So they are very kind. So whatever. So that's why in the text says, the source, any potential source of harm is like a priceless treasure. So whatever the negative situation come to us, also, anything, any chaos, whatever, in any way it come to us as bad thing, it is like a priceless treasure. Because of this kind of pressure, and we can practice. If there is no pressure, like coming towards us, then we don't have anything to practice with. So they are very kind. So that's why all sentient beings are very good. Actually, our enemy and all those people giving us trouble, they are very, very kind. What the situation create by them is a priceless treasure. So is in the text it says like that, any potential source of harm is like a priceless treasure to the bodhisattva who is eager to enjoy the wealth of virtue, who is enjoy who is eager to enjoy the wealth of virtue. If we need the wealth of virtue, then we need somebody to harm us. So that's why we don't react immediately. We know that the person who harming us is very, very kind. Because of them, I am, developing my practice. So in this way, we can practice very genuine, very profoundly, and the patient, the patient, we can patient in any situation with easily, if we think this again and again and practice again and again. First time it may be difficult. So this is about the first of the practice, first patient, and the second patient is tolerating or no, accepting the sufferings. It means when we practice, we may pray, we may circumambulate, we may prostrate, all those kind of, the dharmic activities. And sometime at that time we may physically not strong, mentally not strong. So we may stop the practice. We can't tolerate, we are very weak when we, practice where, if we are meditating and the negative thoughts, all thoughts coming, and the situation, all those situations, keep coming towards us, and we can't tolerate, and we will give up. Okay, I can't do this, give up. So we should not give up all kinds of negative situations. We have to tolerate. So because we know that all those sorts of the harmful or all those suffering are very, the priceless treasure. So especially when we are doing practice, when we are, reading our the dharmic book, we are listening something dharmic all those things, we are practicing, we are praying, we are dharmic things, then some troublesome may come. We must, become strong, tolerate. So this is uh, second, accepting the suffering during the practice of dharma. And the third one is, and when we practice like that, slowly, then we will gradually, our level will be little bit high. Then we may hurt, and the meaning of emptiness, the truth of the phenomena. This is emptiness. Sometimes we cannot believe emptiness. Is it emptiness? If everything is emptiness, then what can I do? How can I do? These sorts of questions keep coming. This is because of our, lack of our karmic, uh, karmic wholesome things like that. So we cannot believe in the, in the Buddha's time. Sometimes they, the Shavaka Buddhas, or the hearer Buddhas, when they hear about the emptiness, they, vomit the blood, and they died because they can't hear the emptiness. So this is something, though for us it is normal, I think. We don't trigger, it's very not very sharp when we hear about emptiness, but sometimes people have that. So we have to tolerate. We have, tolerate the ultimate truth of the nature. So that's why, this is also, this is the third one. So altogether, the as a bodhisattva, it have to cultivate the patient, free from any trace of animosity towards anyone at all. So we know that all the reasons to become patient, to become in any situation. We know that everything. So that's why we have to cultivate patience. And the first two line is the why we have to cultivate it. And the second line in the third and fourth, since any potential source of harm is like priceless treasure to the bodhisattva who is eager to enjoy the wealth of virtue. This is the why should we cultivate patience. So so this is a little, a brief uh, explanation on the perfection of patient. So if you don't understand, you may ask question in after this finish. So we will jump on the perfection of effort or diligent. Please next. Okay, that this is very important. The practice of diligence. In the text, it says, the practice of all bodhisattva is to strive with enthusiastic diligence, the source of all good qualities, when working for the sake of all who live. Seeing even Shavaka and Pratyeka Buddhas, who labor for themselves alone, exert themselves as if urgently trying to extinguish fires over their heads. Okay, so first we will discuss on the source of all quality. The practice of all bodhisattva is to strive with enthusiastic diligence. Enthusiastic diligence, or strive with enthusiastic diligence. In short word, we can use effort. Effort. Okay. Effort is the source of all good qualities. Without effort, nothing can happen. You see, in this world, whatever the thing, the quality, whatever the good, whatever the the result, uh, good results in this world is because of effort. Without effort, nothing can happen. So in dharmic time, no need to say to practice diligence or effort. So the effort is very important in any situation. So especially in this, in the Dharma, in our Dharmic practice, the effort is very, very important, too important. So the word you in the text use is strive with enthusiastic diligent. Diligent and effort is maybe the same meaning, but enthusiastic diligent with enthusiastic. So effort in the dharmic, in the perfection of the diligence, in the diligence, it means the meaning of diligent is the one who interests towards the Dharma. That is the diligence in this term. So we know there are three individuals, three who have the different capacities. One who is work for themselves in this life, and another one who work for the liberation for themselves, and the third one is who work to get enlightenment not for oneself, for all others, right? All sentient beings. So here is an example. Seeing the Shavaka Buddha, and there is two different, the yanas, Shavaka and Pratyeka Buddha. They are merely practice the Dharma for their own sake, not for others. So for that, the Shavaka Buddhas and Pratyeka Buddhas who live for themselves alone, exact themselves as if urgently trying to extinguish fire over their head. If somebody have doing anything, working or whatever they're doing, and suddenly if the fire come on somebody's head, what will they do? First thing, they will try to extinguish the fire from their head. So this is whatever the situation, whatever the things we are working, first thing we will do, extinguish the fire from our head, right? So the Shavaka and the Pratyeka Buddha, they are making such effort, and their effort is not for everyone. Their effort is for themselves, only for themselves. And so they are cultivating such effort to get a little liberation only for themselves, only one for themselves, to get enlightened, get liberation. And they are very, very hardworking. But we, the third person, what we usually we say, I may become enlightenment. We may get enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings. So our job or our activity is not for ourselves, for the sake of all sentient beings, all our mothers. So that's why we have very that responsibility. Our responsibility is very not like Shavaka and Pratyeka Buddha. Their responsibility is just get liberated from this samsara for themselves. But our mission or our responsibility is not for oneself, for all others. So that's why we have to make effort more than them. So they are doing that, immediately they do, like that, extinguishing fire from their head. They are making such effort. So we have to make effort double, triple like that. So that's why this is seeing Shavaka, even Shavaka Buddha and Pratyeka Buddha, who labor for themselves alone, exert themselves as if urgently trying to extinguish fire over their heads. So they are doing that. So we have more responsibility. That's why we have to strive with the enthusiastic diligence towards the Dharma. Practice. It means we have to practice very hard. Okay. So Because it says, when working for the sake of all who lives, means we are working for the sake of all sentient beings, we are working. So that's why our effort must be more than the Shavaka Buddha and Pratyeka Buddha. So they are doing that, urgently, like that, as I said. So we have to know that. So how to we know the importance of the diligence, but how to strive? What is the diligence means here? So we already know the meaning of diligence. So to practice diligence, we have to know the opposite. What is the opposite of diligence? Opposite of diligence is laziness. If we are lazy, then we will never get effort. We will never make effort to practice. So laziness is the opposite of the diligence. So we have to know what kind of laziness are there. In terms of Buddhism, there are three types of laziness we have to know. Neutral activity, number one. And number two is inferior, the laziness of neutral activity and the laziness of inferior laziness and laziness of discouragement. These three things. The neutral activity, this is laziness. It means in the common lazy. Well, normally we use what is the lazy. Lazy means walking, not working, always sleeping, and lying on the bed, going here and there, all those, tempers, normally we say tempers. I'm resting, I'm just sitting. All these sorts of things are laziness. These are lazy. The friends of lazy, the words, the activity, all those things. I have this problem. I have this. I have to rest. I did something. I have to rest. I have to sleep. I know, laying on the wall. All those things are the first one, laziness. So okay, what to say? How do we overcome from this laziness? Okay, mainly I'm forgetting the things. Okay, how to overcome from this laziness? Okay. Ah, I forgot. It's very forgettable. Okay, whatever. The neutral thing means all those things. So we have to overcome from that thing. We have to practice the Dharma, right? So we have to make effort. So I forget this one point here. If I remember, I will say. And the second thing is the laziness of the emperor. You know, mm, okay, okay. We have to know that we have this human life, and it is impermanent. So that's why we don't have time to rest. We don't have time to sleep. You know, so in this way, from the beginningless time, we are keep till now. We sleep, eat, and lying. We until now we come like that. So now, even now, in this this awareness, feeling, we know all those sorts of things. Even though I don't have to practice, I have to sleep, I have to rest. So this kind of thing, we have to know this human, the precious human body. We have this precious human body. So we don't have to we waste our time. This is very important point. We have this human life. If we don't make effort in this time, we never sure in the next time we may have this kind of leisure or not. This kind of, we are very intelligent. We are very able to practice Dharma. So that's why, when we feel silly, if we feel laziness, I will do next time that, all those sorts of things. We must know the importance of our human life and how is it, deteriorating in our life is, day by day we are near to death, So that's why we think on that. And the second point is here. Second point here is okay. Of course I know how to. I must practice in this time, but now I'm working. All those things little bit. Now little bit I will serve. I let me work for something. I will practice next time, or now I'm working. I will practice in the when I get retirement, then I will practice Dharma. We all have this kind of feeling, I think. And then we already know. Do we know we will not die tomorrow? Die after 1 year? We never sure. There's no guarantee. We may die. When the time of the death come, the death will never ask, oh, this man has not done such thing. Oh, we have to give this time. No, they will never. The death will never give us. There's no excuse when the time come. So that's why we will never uh, postpone our practice. I will do next time. I will do next year. I will do after this. After this, then this is a kind of um, the laziness. So in when we are doing this more, the worldly activities, we have to work, we have to sleep, we have to eat, we have to go in this busy world. We have to know we have to make some time to practice the Dharma. So this is about the laziness of neutral activity, and the second one is laziness of imperial laziness, and we waste our time, like mm, in a, arguing with others, enemies, and trying with enemies and killing enemies and killing all those bad karma, dealing with bad karma. And this is no need to say, this is waste of time. This is not good for our practice. So that's why, the inferior laziness, who is doing bad, who is cultivating bad karma. And this is also a laziness. So laziness doesn't mean only sleep and only rest. This, doing bad activities, this is also laziness. And doing good activities, the working for their own life, this is also laziness. And the first laziness, the neutral activities are. So we have to do, we know, the lazy, this is also laziness. Doing good or doing bad, whatever the mundane thing we are doing, this is laziness. So we have to overcome from that. And the third one is the discouragement, laziness of discouragement. So sometimes we think, oh, I have that problem. I am weak. I'm not strong. So that's why I can't practice. I can't get enlightenment. How can I get enlightenment? No, I can't. So this kind of feeling, this kind of emotion, this is discouragement. This is also laziness. So that's why we have to know we all how to overcome from this kind of feeling. Oh, I am this, I have to walk this. I can't practice Dharma, I can't get enlightenment. I can't benefit others because of that and that. So this kind of thing is discouragement for oneself. So we have to overcome from this also. So how do we overcome from this? First, we have to know all sentient beings have the Buddha nature. So even the insect, they can also get enlightenment because they have the seeds of the Buddha, in Buddha nature. So we have this Buddha nature, and on the top of that, and we are human. We can learn Dharma. We can practice Dharma. Oh, very advantage from them. So they can get enlightenment. Then, as a human, we can get enlightenment. There is no question. So we should not discourage ourselves. There are so many, who have no legs. I have seen in the, social media, there's a girl who has no leg. And there's also one who has no leg who in the, in the train because of the accident in the train. So they don't have the feet. And even though they climb Mount Everest, how? Because of, because of not having discouragement. But this kind of thing, they inspire us when we see all in the, in the social media, this, the positive things. Then we may get little vibe inside. Oh, such person is doing such. How can't I do that? Such things. So we have to, energize ourselves. We can get enlightenment. We can get practice. We can practice very genuinely. Even such, without leg, they can climb the Everest. And we are fully fine. Then how can't I practice? So we have to maintain our mind. So this is third, how to overcome from the laziness. So we know about laziness. So we have mainly here is we are talking about the diligence, right? So these two are opposite. So diligence, the diligence has three types of diligence. Okay. Number one, the diligence of amor-like diligence. And the second one is the diligent activity, diligent action, like that. Diligent action. And the third one is insatiable diligent. The first one is more about our mental process. We have to think that uh, for the sake of all sentient being, I have to practice that kind of, the mental capture, the mental strength. We have to make, commitment like that. So this is like, wearing armor, when the, armed force, they have this, armor. So when we have that kind of thought, for the all sentient being, I will do this, I will practice very diligently, and this energized word or energized feeling, and it will help us from losing our, you know dharmic practice. So this must be have till now, and from now until our get enlightenment, this kind of, feeling we must have. This is because it will prevent all negative source of, archery keep, all the negative keep coming towards us. And if we have that kind of armor like intelligence, then we will continue, we will never lose our, the activity. on the practice of the Dharma. So that's why it is named as are more like patient. So this is more focus on our mental stability. And the second one is the diligent activity. So we already make our mind to practice. And the second one is applying on within our body and speech all activity. So mainly diligent action means we have to take action. If somebody needs our help, take action. If we have to prostrate, we prostrate without thinking anything. If we have to abandon our negative emotions, hatred and anger, all those things, we have to try to abandon. No need to think, oh, should I reduce my anger? Should I, all those things. We have to practice directly, apply it directly. And in such thing, we have two things, One thing is abandon, one thing is adapt. In the merit thing, if we need to do some virtuous thing, we have to, without thinking anything, we have to get involved or engage into the to practice to get merit. And sometimes when the negative emotions try, about to come, because of some situation, we have to know, oh, this is a time I'm, abandoned. This is time to abandon my hatred or ignorance or anger. So we know, we already, we know all those situations. So whenever the situation is about to come, we already know the situation, how to react. So diligent action means, so we are ready to act. So when the time comes, we have to act directly. So this is, the applying our diligence into the daily life practice. And the third one is, insatiable diligence. It means, and then we practice, we pray, and we little bit overcome from our through poisons, and we are, establishing our, practice, and little bit higher and level of, then we think, oh, now I am little bit, I can tolerate this kind of thing. I can, so we have this, no, we have this knowledge, dharmic knowledge. We practice so many things uh, in this way. So it will make us a little bit happy. Oh, I know that thing. I know that thing. I can do that thing because we practice it, right? This is very good thing. But one thing at that time, it will come. We have to know when we have that level, reach that level, we mentally or physically or whatever we have that, if we reach that source of level, that type of level, little bit contentment, little bit satisfying, then what will we do? We will stop practicing dharma because we have reached the level on such on some kind of level we reach, by practicing, by whatever, meditating, by chanting. But so at that time, if we don't care, then we will stop practicing dharma. Even though we don't get enlightenment, we reach some kind of level, then we may stop practicing because we already know, oh, I may have this, I have achieved this kind of level in dharmic term. So in practice, in the journey of the dharma, we will never have stop practicing. Even you get enlightenment. When we get enlightenment, then no need effort. The effort no need, because when we have to have sentient being, and when we have to teach sentient being, when we have to have compassion towards anyone, it will come automatically. If once we get enlightenment, then no need to get it, to practice all those, helping others, having for oneself, have compassion. It will come simultaneously. So that's why this is the third one, the diligence. The word is first time, insatiable, without satisfying, practicing the Dharma. This is the third one. So in short, so we already know the four kinds of perfections, and the former three one, the perfection of generosity, and then the perfection of morality, and the perfection of patient. These three is Buddha said more to the lay people. This should be practiced by, actually all should practice all those perfections, and these three is more to the Buddha gave this three perfection more to the lay people. This should be more dealing with the lay people. So first one, if we become generosity, then we will become very wealthy in this life, and we will get slowly in get enlightenment because of that generosity. And the second one is, the morality. If we have that morality, then in this life we will become, we will get the human life. If we practice the morality, the perfection of morality in the next life, it is that because of morality we will get human life. Now we get in human life, this is because of our morality in former life. So but the patient, and if we have this patient and in this life, then we will in the next life, the patient, the result of the patient, we will get more good looking. Our appearance will more good looking. So result of the result of this patient, and the diligence is for all of us. We all of us. There's no especially. All six perfections must be must be practicing, must be included in the diligence. Without diligence, all six perfections and all kinds of dharmic activity will never happen. So diligence is very important in every practice, even in our daily life also. So this is for today. I think if you have any questions, you are welcome. I hope you understand my talk.